Well, good morning, everyone. Before we go any further, I'd like to ask that you like, share, subscribe, and give me that thumbs up. Um, I've had a lot on my mind lately. Um, Basically, religion. Um, as everybody knows, I'm an atheist, but I spent a long time going to church. I've been to Pentecostal churches, Baptist churches, Catholic churches, synagogues, mosques. I've basically been to them all. And with that being said, I have yet to find any truth in any of them. To be honestly, I think it's all a bunch of garbage. And this is my opinion, and it's my right to feel this way. But I got in a debate with a woman that I know and love the other day. And it was not purposely, it just kind of went back and forth unintentionally. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings or anything like that, but I'm sure I did. But there's a lot of reasons I don't believe, and I'm not going to get into all of them now. But there's some things that just honestly make me laugh about Christians in general. Besides their beliefs. One thing is they don't know the history of the book that they hold in such high regard. They don't realize that most of the prophecy that's in this book was written well after the incident happened. They don't realize that the book is plagiarized, and basically the first 5 books, the Torah, are almost completely plagiarized. Along with other parts. Some are completely made up. Some are small bits of truth mixed in with radical stories. They don't know the evolution of their own God from El to Jehovah. In a nutshell, El was the first name used in the Bible for God, other than God. And it was also the head of the Canaanite pantheon, El. And both these L's evolved at the same time and using the same names to become the Christian God. So the God that they were 100% against is the God that they actually worship. And Baal was the bad guy in the Bible, who was El's son, who became the devil, Satan, Lucifer, all that later on. Which I always found really interesting, but why know anything about your religion? Just blindly follow it like the priests and pastors and reverends in the church want you to do, so they can continue to get your money and make themselves wealthier. And give a little back with soup kitchens and so forth. Which I'm not saying all Christians believe that way, that they're only after money. Some really are out to do good. But from what you see on Sunday morning TV, when they're all sitting there wanting to sell you prayer handkerchiefs for $50 that have been blessed, or bottles of holy water, you'd never guess that they had your best interests in mind. Something else that just bugs me to death. And I see it on Facebook every day. Someone posts, "I'm looking for a job, pray for me." And I told a woman the other day, I said, no. I said, prayer's not going to get you a job. I said, you can sit on your butt at home and do absolutely nothing but pray. Bill Gates is not going to knock on your door and offer you a job. Jeff Bezos is not going to knock on your door offering you a job, or any other millionaire or billionaire. You're going to starve to death. You have to get off your butt, get online now, fill out the applications, send in your resumes, go to the interviews, make a good impression, and you will get a job. God has nothing to do with that, because I guarantee you, if you don't do a damn thing but kneel and pray, you will not get a job. It is that simple. There's an old saying, God helps those who help themselves, and that's where that comes from, because people figured out a long time ago, at least smart people did, if you don't do it, it's not going to get done. Because God doesn't care. Another thing that irritates me with Christians is, in the Bible in general, is you have a God that is supposedly all love, who gave you free will, and yet condemns you for using it. He's going to punish you for your entire afterlife for simply using your free will. I mean, he wiped out the planet Earth with a great flood, according to the Bible. Everyone died except for Noah. Why? Because he didn't like what he was saying. He didn't like the fact that there were wars. Well, who does? He didn't like the fact that people were having sex. But what did he tell us to do? First thing, go forth and multiply. And what people forget about all these events in the Bible where he wiped out cities or entire nations or the entire world is there were newborns. What in the world could a newborn child have done to God? What could a newborn have done so bad that it deserved to die? This isn't a God of love. This is a vengeful God. This is a God that hates. This is a God who says, I don't want you to suffer, but instead of forgiving you like a parent would, and out of the goodness of their hearts. I mean, my daughter screws up, I might be mad at her for a little while, but I forgive her, give her a hug, tell her I love her, and everything's fine. I don't dig a hole, throw a bunch of charcoal in there, set it on fire, and throw her into it as punishment, no matter what she's done. This is no God of love. This is a God of hate, a God of destruction, a God that justifies all the war that's in the world, all the illness, all the sickness, all the abuse. He talks about who's forgiving and all love, but yet you commit minor minor, not even crimes, just you follow your heart, such as a lesbian or gay man following their heart. He wants you to be stoned to death. What kind of love is that? I just don't get it. I don't know how any Christian can look at this entity and think it is good. Not that it even exists. It's really troublesome to me that half this planet worships what you would consider a mass murderer today. Someone we would throw in a bed, strap them down, and give them a lethal injection for their crimes. But people don't take that step back and look at what it says. And it's just troublesome to me. It really is. It's like, how can you not see it when it's right there in black and white? It says, I killed them all. Sodom, Gomorrah, the world. Now, I personally know these are all moral tales meant to teach a lesson, and I understand that. But so many people take these stories as literal. And they're not. They're allegorical. They're meant to teach you how to be a better person. By scaring the piss out of you. Because these were scary stories 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years ago. Today, we should know better. We've got these big brains. We got science. We got history that has proven what is right and what is wrong, what was true and what isn't. But we just don't seem to care. We just seem to blindly continue to follow in the paths of our ancestors who did not understand that a lightning bolt was not God getting mad at you, or that a wolf howling in the distance was not some monster who was going to come in and run off with your child and devour it, even though I'm sure that kind of thing did happen, 5, 6, 7,000 years ago from time to time. But you have to look at these works through an ancient and a modern perspective. You can't look at it all as true or all as false. There is some truth in the Bible, and that is the lessons they try to teach, like the lesson of the Good Samaritan. But to take it all at face value is foolish. Anyway, guys, I gotta get some sleep. Peace.